flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant. At day 7, Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, everyone, to another season, another fun, exciting season of the Redlight Racing Series. Sorry, I had to get my image right. We are live here at Kentucky, getting ready to kick off this brand new season of the Redlight Racing Series Scrambler Series. For everybody that don't know, we wrapped up our season about a little over a month and a half ago. New season about underway now. This is the first race of the season here in the B car. And if you don't know anything about Redlight Racing Series, this is basically a scrambler series, and what I mean by that, they run all 3 of the NASCAR top cars, such as the Xfinity car, the Cup car, and the trucks. I'm looking forward to this one because this is a unique schedule we got built. We go to Kentucky this week. Next week we hit Darlington, Atlanta on December 4th. On December 11th, we're in the Cup car. We actually run the Cup car a few more times this year, and actually this time in the championship race on March the 5th, we hit another season of the Cup car, and I'm looking forward to that, so it should be fun. As we get ready to wrap up or start this new campaign, I'm going to go ahead and get my picks in on who I think will be this year's champion. There's so many tough, good drivers in here, but I'm going to be honest, Andy Lee really stands out at me. I know you got James Heater, I know you got DJ Anderson, and all these guys, and roughly so. They've done great. You know, last year or last season, it was James Skelton that won the championship, and roughly so. He should. He got 3 wins. So, but I see Andy Lee, who picked up 2 wins last year, and he didn't make the chase because he did not have the races put in. Only so many of them made the chase and stuff like that. So I'm really looking at Andy Lee this season. I know he'll make the chase. I got a feeling he'll make the chase. And not only that, I think he'll actually go pretty far into it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Andy Lee to win the championship. And I think that's a pretty solid pick. As of right now, 21 drivers in this race. We got about 40 seconds left here in qualifying before we get ready to go. At the top of the board, James Heater, not much of a surprise. DJ Anderson, not much of a surprise in second. Anthony Yankello is up in third. It's kind of a surprise, but I'm going to be honest, some of these guys will actually end the last season off on a good note. Anthony could be one of them guys that has a good run this year, so we'll be watching him tonight pretty close because he is third right now on the board. Tim Blum, another good driver, currently ninth. Of course, we're always going to be watching some of these other guys. Max Terriot, Bruce Potter, we're going to be watching Joshua Buckley. We're going to be watching a bunch of different guys this season. More than we did last season, because I do got a feeling that this could be one of their best seasons yet, to be completely honest. That's just my opinion. I am looking forward to this race. 50% fuel, so that means about 30 or a little over 30 laps for fuel mileage. So we're going to look at about 3 pit stops, give or take on that some, because this is only a 90-lap race. This race will not take long at all. This race will go by in a hurry, as most of the races do. So qualifying is underway right now. This is open qualifying. DJ Anderson, driving the number 51 car, coming out onto the track. You can see him right there. But you know what? We're going to hop over. If Skelton's out on track, we'll hop over to him. He actually is yet. There he is. Let's hop over to James Skelton, last year's season champion. And that number 86 Lowe Chevrolet. Or actually Camry, sorry, I don't know why I said Chevrolet. Looking to try to repeat this season. We'll find out if he can do it. As he's getting ready to go into turn 3 and 4. Well, Kentucky, this is a fun track to race, man. And especially with these weather conditions, it don't get much better than this as far as racing goes. With grip level and stuff like that. It's not the most exciting race. James Skelton jumps to second on the board. James Heater jumps to first on the board. Let's hop over to Eric Johnson. Now, Eric Johnson's another one of them guys that had a chance last season to win the championship. Could be another big factor. Currently 5th on the charts. Hop on board. Looks like he's going to pull off. So we'll hop on board over to the car right in front of him. Joshua Buckley, as he's getting ready to take the green flag here in Kentucky. We ride along with the driver of the 2 car. You can hear him letting off the gas quite a bit, going down into 1, feathering it some, and drive it up off straight off the exit. And right up against that outside wall. He's actually going underneath Richard Murdoch right now in that 01 car. Oh, there's Richard up in front of him. And across the start finish line, Joshua Buckley will qualify in the 10th position. He didn't have the greatest of practices tonight either, so he might be struggling a little bit with this car here at Kentucky. William Long across the start finish line. And he's on his green flag lap, so we'll stay with him for just a moment. Oh, hey! Watching from Tennessee. I'm away from home from Tennessee to Delaware. I live in Tennessee. I'm in East Tennessee, right in Bristol. Jack, I look forward to having you back here. People that don't know, Jack made the chase last year. Or almost made the chase, I apologize. I think he did. Almost made the chase, he did not make the chase. Very close though, came up to the last race. Watching number 30, Kyle Souza. Work out of turn 4. Kyle right now has not put down a lap, so this will be his first lap as he takes the green flag. It's right on board. Oh, he gets some of the wall, and he did. William Long crossing the start finish line. Start his green flag lap once again. Hop over to Jason Wells. Back with us again this season. In the 64, Jason made it to the chase. Had a pretty good run in it. Finished third in points. Okay, yeah, I'm not too far from Knoxville. About a little over, well, a little under 2 hours actually. Knoxville's a nice place though, not too bad. Coming up out of 4, Jason Wells currently 5th on the board, trying to improve with this lap. Looks like he does not improve with that lap, a little bit slower. Bruce Potter rolling out. You can see him. I love that car he's got. That is awesome. Really cool looking. So he's rolling out. Let's see. The overboard edge out there on track in 15th at the moment. We only got about 4 minutes here left in qualifying. 4:30 actually to be exact. So he crosses the start finish line. He will start his green flag lap once again. Right behind him, you see that number 10 as well. That is Tim Blum as well out on the green flag lap as both of them guys get into each other on the backstretch, and the 7 tries to keep it up against the wall. He does a good job of bringing it back down. So he'll reset. Brian Phillips going back out on the track. Yeah, you know, I've ate there one time. It is a good place. I'm not gonna lie, it is good. There's a bunch of good little restaurants in Knoxville, though. We got one in Bristol as well. They just put one here about last year, I think. It was last year they put it in, the year before. Really good place. That's a heck of a drive, though. Tennessee to Delaware. That's a pretty good drive, I think, right? How many hours is that? Dean Heck in the 12 car, crossing the start finish line, 30.444, so that lap not going to improve his time. Here comes Dean Heck back to the road. Richard Murdoch. Guys, I think my house is on fire. Started smoking here a little bit. People cooking and stuff, I swear. Jason Wells on the track, currently 5th, 30.271. Let's see if he can improve coming out of turn 4. He's right up against the wall. He does look like he's a little bit fast this lap. Actually, that was coming to a green flag lap. I apologize. I thought he was actually on a fast lap. As he works down into turn 1, right down on the bottom of the track up against that yellow line. I do expect that groove to move up quite a bit tonight and run the middle of the track, possibly even more higher than that. He must have made a mistake and will pull off track once again. As Richard Murdoch comes out of turn 4, across the start finish line. Only got about a minute and 20 seconds left here in this session before we go to the race. Only a 90 lap race. This race, like I said, will not take long at all. And honestly, every time I broadcast Redlight, and this is what I like about Redlight, because basically from the drop of the green flag, you have to go. It's basically a sprint race. The races are short. So I love that because it makes guys push way harder, I think, early on in the race. It's not just ride around, wait for see what happens. And these guys are clean enough to know. I mean, they're very clean racers. Everybody in here is almost at A class besides one person. And Anthony Ankello is currently first on the board, so that should tell you. These guys very fast in this league, and I really respect this league. Probably one of the top leagues that we get to broadcast. Bruce Potter on track. See what he can do. wall, I believe. Yes, he did. Looks like everybody pretty much done in qualifying with the exception of Tim Blum, who will have time to finish this lap. And actually, he can run another one if he wants to. He did not improve with that lap, though. 10th place that lap. And actually, he's not as fast as what I've been expecting. I do expect him to have a good season, possibly have a chance at a championship. But I'm actually surprised by some of these guys. I know Joshua Buckley having trouble as well. As Anthony Ankello will be your pole sitter tonight. Let's take a look at your grid. Anthony Ankello, James Heater up in front. DJ Anderson, Max Terriot. As we take a look at the rest of the field, I'm going to try to see if Anthony Ankello is in. There he is. We'll bring Anthony Ankello in and actually talk to him here in just a moment. Hey, Anthony, you got me? Anthony, you got me? Don't think he's there. We'll see if we can pull him in here in just a moment and see if we can get him. So there was your starting grid as we are on the grid. You see that number 79 is sitting there at the end of pit road as we get ready to roll off here. Been waiting for a while for this one. This is going to be a fun race, man. Really looking forward to it. Alright. And here comes the cars about to roll off. Here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, we got 90 laps on schedule for tonight. The setup, by the way, to let y'all know, it is a very tight setup from what these guys are facing from what I was told. And of course, 30 laps on field tires are going to be very important, so do expect these guys on pit road every 30 laps. This is a two-stop race, so we should be seeing them right at every 30 laps, unless we get an early caution. And we are seeing the 79 pull off track. That's a weird one. Giving up the pole. Okay. Okay. So that's the pole. DJ Anderson. I'm not sure what's going on with Anthony. I think you want to start doing the back. Alright, well, DJ Anderson. Thank you. At Kentucky Motor Speedway, first race of the 2017 Season 3 schedule. Kentucky Motor Speedway in the B class entry. First time this season, pace car pulls in, and green flag is out. We're back to racing here once again, Redlight racing. That's not and welcome to the first lap. In a turn, just side by side all the way back. And place. All the way back to Andy lead, now trying to front and pass. Brandon is on the Highland right now. We'll see if we can make that Highland work. We're about third lane or so up. That stretch side by side. There's the pass by English. Slide job engaged. Now he's trying to bring on the 86 flash. Chase Skeleton. And Brandon is dropping back a little bit. Started up an extra lane because of Anthony Kelly dropped back. He just dropped back a little bit now. Johnson's around there. Johnson had a chance last year to walk out with the championship and almost got it. Last year, he got a battle for the top spot. Number 18, James Heater on the outside. Somebody's going to walk away from not though to the first round of the chase. That would be that's an open pit road. And it is Anthony Ankello. Now, as much as I hate to say this, that would be 937. And you gotta kind of wonder if Anthony should have just started up front. See right here, really had nowhere to go. We're right on board. Correct? Not going to be on the side of the yes, he does. So he's gonna probably have to take his fast repair. He's got to get one fast repair here, so he'll probably have to take his fast repair. And that's not the way Anthony wanted to start out. I'm sure he probably wished he could start up front now. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. I apologize. I had the engine volume turned up way too loud. I usually turn up the desktop volume, make sure everybody can hear the interviews, but where Anthony wasn't here, I forgot to turn it back down, so I apologize. We're good now. So pit road is open. There they come on pit road, you can see number 18. I want to stay here even after they pull off pit road. I want to see if the 79 takes his fast repair as well in that first pit stall. And the race off pit road is going to be Jason Wells. Dean Heck stays out. Kevin O'Brien missed his pit box. Jason Wells 2 tires on the 64. It's kind of early to gamble. Another car's tight. He may be trying to loosen the car up by taking 2. We'll wait to see if the 79 will take a fast repair. It looks like he's actually getting a lot of damage repaired. Yeah, he's going to sit there and take it. So Dean Heck, don't know a ton about Dean. We caught a couple races with him last year, I know. So hopefully he will. We'll see if he comes down pit road or not. We only went what 6 laps, I believe. That first caution came out on lap. Let me find out. He's actually going to come down pit road. First caution came out on, I believe, lap 5, I believe. Lap 6, I apologize. Lap 6, the caution came out. Alright, so we're getting ready to go back green here in just a moment. We're watching 28 James Heck. James Heater takes the lead. Actually, the 64 of Jason Wells has the lead on them 2 tires. As we get ready to go back green, pace lights are off on the pace car. Jason Wells is going to be leading us to the green flag. Let's see how these 2 tires do. He's probably took them to actually loosen up the car a little bit. Remember, this is a tight setup. So the pace car pulls down. The green flag is out. We are back to green flag racing. And wow, look behind him. 3 wide behind Jason as he tries to work on into turn number 1. Will them 2 tires pay off? And James Heater takes the lead. Looks like 2 tires not helping right now. 64. Max Terriot's going to go around the outside of him, trying to bring along that 33 of Eric Johnson as well. And ooh, Andy Lee gets loose. That was a little tense moment there. Watch this. Yeah, that was fun. Little bump from the 86. Turn 2's been the worst corner, I think, for these guys tonight, honestly. We've seen a minute ago, we've seen the 937 Stephen Maddox get up into the wall on turn 2. And it's actually happened quite a bit. Even in practice, I noticed a couple people getting into the wall as we watched the 01. Richard Murdoch go around the outside, trying to get around the outside anyway, of Andy Lee. I also got 10 as well. 10 Blunt. 10 could have a good season this year. Basically, all these drivers are familiar with each other. That's one cool thing about it. They've practiced, they've raced with each other. Most of these guys are returning back from the last season, which is really cool. It's good to have all these guys back. I know that makes for a better season in general. So, yeah, it's really neat. Got a battle for third. Eric Johnson. I'm going to go ahead and say I think Eric Johnson's going to make the Final Four again. He is probably the most consistent driver out of all these. You might not see him up front week in and week out, but I feel like he is one of the guys that has a good race consistent. Like, he'll run top 5s 9 out of 10 times. He's inside the top 5. And I think it's really what you need to make this Final Four come Michigan. I know that we got a long ways till then. But, you know, the main goal is to get into the chase. But I do expect to see him possibly into the Final Four if I was to pick one, as well as Andy Lee. I do expect a surprise person, though, to show up this season and have a chance at making the Final Four. And I mean, it could come down to a surprise hint. There's somebody new, somebody a little bit different. These guys don't expect to have a great season. It could be, you know, just somebody a little bit different, I expect, this season. I don't think it's going to be your normal season like we've seen, you know, I don't want to say dominant because it hasn't been that way, but James Heater, DJ Anderson. I expect somebody, one of them 2 guys I don't expect to make the Final Four. Don't know which one. They both may make it. I don't know, but I just don't know. I expect somebody different to make it. And You know, I don't want to throw Max Terriot in that because he wouldn't be a surprise, I don't think, if he made it. But somebody such as Kyle Souza or someone like that, I got a feeling that may have a chance. As we watch Eric Johnson right now trying to run down Max Terriot. Here's your top 5 distance from one another. Here comes the 33 trying to ride that yellow line. Trying to pass the 42. Not going to happen this time. We'll see if he can get a run in going into 1. Does not look like he's going to have to run just yet to be able to get around Max Terriot. Last time by, Max Terriot and the leader both ran the same lap. Fastest on track, however, was Eric Johnson. And then Andy Lee was your second fastest that time by. Lap time since the drop of the green flag has already fallen off quite a bit. I will say that the 2-tire stop did not work out well at all, from what I'm seeing. Well, he's done alright, Jason Wells has so far. He's holding him 5th. I thought he was actually further back, and I did not see that he was up that high. And he's actually running down to 51. But the lap time's fallen off quite a bit, about 5/10 slower from the drop of the green flag until now. Or the last time these guys took 4 tires, it's about 4 and 5.5 tenths slower, give or take a little bit. I do expect this race to really space out if we could get to a green flag stop. We pitted on lap 6, so I expect these guys to be back in on lap 36, or a little after. We've been about 12 laps so far. A little bit further back, the 937, Joshua Buckley as well, William Long in this, as we work 3 wide up off turn 4. Here comes Stephen Maddox on the inside. Joshua Buckley not having the greatest of night tonight. He's struggling a little bit. Right now running 13th. He just got passed by William Long, and now the 30, Kyle Souza, trying to close in as well. Josh going to use that higher line to get the run off turn number 2. So you're starting to see the higher line come into play just a little bit. And guys, the reason why some of these paints, if you all watch the broadcast and your paint is not being seen, try to change the TGA file over to a 24-bit paint. That is why I cannot see some of these paints. Just to let y'all know, in case y'all watch it later on. Everybody right now pretty much single file throughout the entire track. We're still got this little thing going on back here with Joshua Buckley, who's now fighting for 10th with the O-board edge and the 11 of William Long. William trying to take that underneath the 7. It looks like he's going to be able to have the preferred line going down into 3. Takes over 10th place. So move William into the top 10. By the way, we only had 19 drivers actually start the race. Dean Heck, well, we had 21, but Dean Heck has wrecked out and has disconnected. Same as Keith Haney, last year's Daytona winner. Last season's Daytona winner, I don't want to say last year. Joshua Buckley underneath Leo. Try to take 11. Slide up, maybe. Any place to pass. That 7 actually battled back pretty strong now, right on the quarter panel of the 2 car. You can also see Stephen Maddox and Kyle Souza behind him battling for a spot. And now Stephen actually trying to move up to take away the 13th spot from Kyle. And Anthony Angelo, who we've seen was fast, still damaged. Not one lap down just yet. He's actually done a pretty good job on being able to stay in the lead lap. He's going to probably have to use that fast repair if we have one. I thought we had a fast repair. Maybe we don't have one this year. Max Terry fastest on track last time by. James Skelton the fastest on track last time by. As James sits in 6th place. Right behind Jason Wells, who's up in 5th. Eric Johnson currently 4th. And just to show you all the fastest pit stops, and last time we just stopped, there you go. You can see Jason Wells with 2 tires stopped 7.68. Everybody else took 4 tires. Slowest being William Long that time. Everybody for the most part in the 13 or 14 second. Looks like the fastest in this was James Heater with a 13.32. And James Heater, of course, currently sits in that top spot. Murdoch battling one William Long as William takes over 9th place. Now William's actually starting to move up. He's running some good lap times too. Actually running about even with our top 5. Guys, we'll be live again Wednesday night for the Sim Racing Short Trackers. Actually, to be honest, I completely forgot about the broadcast because Thanksgiving and stuff. But we'll be live again with them Wednesday night. I will have more information on our Facebook page. And also working on a deal for a special Christmas broadcast on December the 9th, I believe is the scheduled date, for Salvation Army, I believe. And we got a car in the wall, and that is Andy Lee. Caution flag not going to come out, I don't think. And he has blown up. And, well, my pick for this year's championship not starting off the right way. He was actually running pretty well. Let's see what happened. He was going through turn 1 and 2. Looked like he got off into turn 1 really good. I think he just got into the wall up in turn 2. Yep, got some of the wall just like we seen earlier tonight. Kept it going straight, didn't cause a caution, so he was, good enough. A lot of people have trouble keeping that car to cause a caution, so he is going to make it back to his pit box as he is on pit road here on lap 30. And one way to look at this for him, he does take a fast repair. One way to look at it, he's going to lose a lot of spots. That's to be said. He is 1 lap down. But these guys are not too far from pitting, so you do got that going for him. He may go 2 laps down. He is still on pit road. He's about to pull out of pit road now. This actually I don't think we'll wind up seeing guys come to pit road yet, but he will have to fresher tires to be able to make up some of his ground. So I don't think we necessarily seen Andy out yet. He is a little 1 lap down, like I said. You can see him, and the leader is not too far behind. So, last lap by, just let you all know, it is a second fall off so far after 24 laps. 31.663 for James Heater, best lap of 30.420. Watching James Heater right now, he's actually running pretty good laps. We are starting to see Max Terry close up just a little bit. Last time by, it was James Heater fastest. I've been really watching James, and that's why I haven't really been talking. But you can see where he's running on the track, he's actually using the apron. I'm not personally a big fan of using the apron here. I think it hurts you. Seen right there, Max closed quite a bit. Not a fan of using the apron here. with all the bumps and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it. That's just me. So we're gonna have a fight for the lead, and we're only about 3 to 4 laps out from pitting. And there comes the 18. He's going to go ahead and hit pit road, and the 18 just spun trying to get to pit road. You can see it, and everybody else trying to get to pit road as well. James Heater, not where he wanted to happen. You can see it right there. Almost spun again. We'll lose a couple spots to Max Terriot. I look for Max to come in. Pit road here, very tricky. You can see it right there. You can see Max Terriot coming down pit road. Jason Wells not on pit road yet. He's going to stay out and lead a lap as he completes that. So Max Terriot on pit road. Kevin O'Brien out, staying out right now. We'll see him. Let's see. This is still a one-stop race. We're still going to have to go one more stop, I believe. Some of these guys pitting just a little bit early than what we expected on lap 27 and 28. 3 cars just to pit, including Andy Lee. Andy Lee hasn't pitted. He pitted 6 laps ago. And here comes the 94. He's carried a lot of speed. Got to slow it down there just a little bit. He actually done a really good job getting on the pit road. So I'm going to be honest, that's probably the best that I've seen anybody get to pit road tonight. That was perfect. I mean, he was carrying a lot of speed when he dropped to the apron. You can see it right here. That's dangerous, but he did do it. Right there, that's perfect. Pit road entrance. That's how you want to enter pit road if you're new to iRacing and want to learn how to pit in Kentucky. Jason Wells coming in. Brian Phillips staying out at the moment as Brian goes wide into the wall. He's got some of the wall. He's going to stay out and get that bonus point. So actually all this is going to cycle over, wow, to DJ Anderson, who pitted a lap before Max Terriot, and actually has a pretty good gap on Max right now, about a second. And Max actually not second now, he just got passed by Eric Johnson. That was smart by DJ Pitt a little bit earlier. We'll see if it pays off. Alright guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to eat this real fast. We'll be right back right after this from Kentucky. We'll be side by side.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
back here for the Red Light Racing Series. The Kentucky 90. As we still watch the battle for second. And it's a good one. Max Terriot, Eric Johnson still going nose to tail. They've been doing this for about 10 laps now, ever since we came out on pit road, and we've been now 10 laps. So they've been in a situation. I will say one thing. I feel like DJ Anderson falls off a little bit. And you can kind of see that they have actually started to run him down. He was a second and a half ahead, now down to 5/10. So and looking at the lap times, it's been about even between these two guys. And honestly, the fastest on track right now is James Skelton. We've seen James spin basically coming to pit road. We're going to find out if that comes back to haunt him and costing him this race. I don't know, man. I feel like, my personal opinion, I feel like James falls off a little bit towards the later run. I feel like the two strongest cars, honestly, is Eric Johnson and Max Terriot. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I'm seeing it from what I'm looking at live timing and stuff. Alright, here comes the 42. He looks like he's got a run here coming off turn 2. And they have caught the leader, DJ Anderson, from 1.5 seconds back. Gap time has really shrunk down now. And honestly, DJ's starting to slack just a little bit. 2 hits slower that time. Here comes Eric Johnson for the lead. Now this could actually benefit Max. If these two guys start racing pretty hard, could benefit Max and somehow make it 3 wide and complete the pass on both of them. You never know. I don't know if Max will actually attempt that. But it's a shot that's probably in the back of mind. And honestly, DJ's liking what he sees. Right, or not DJ, I'm sorry. James. He likes seeing these 3 guys race. Here we go. For second. Terriot clears the 33. Now sets his sights on DJ Anderson. Riding on board with Max Terriot in the 42. Here comes a run from that number 42 car. He's looking to the inside. Side by side to the stripe. Max Terriot will lead that lap by no. Wow. That was a dead even lap, by the way, guys. I just want to point that out. That was a 0.000 at the line. It gave it to DJ for leading that lap. But Max Terriot takes the lead now as Eric Johnson looks to try to take second from DJ Anderson. Remember, DJ's a champion as well. I mean, that's no easy car these guys are passing. DJ finished second last year in the standings. Finished first the year before that, or the season before that. So DJ falling back. Actually, he's not really falling back. Now he takes second permanently once again. Fastest on track last time by, Max Terriot. DJ Anderson trying to hold on to second. Here comes Eric Johnson out of turn 4. And I feel like that's where the 51's struggling right now. I feel like turn 4 and turn 3 is really where he's actually at struggles just a little bit. We can hop on board and see if we can hear it. Actually, we're going to jump out of that because here comes a pass from the 33. And not going to be able to complete it just yet, as DJ Anderson holds on to second, on to the apron. These guys are really racing real hard right now. We are already 56 laps into this race. It's time to go. I want to mention one quick thing, guys. I'm sitting here looking. These guys are only 4 laps away from being in their field window. If it's me, I'm pitting at least by lap 65, and I'm going to go to the end. You want to do it as early as possible. As soon as I'm in my field window, I'm pitting. Whether it be on lap 60 or 65, whatever the field mileage is, we think it's 30. I would pit on lap 60 if that's what it is. I think the fresh tires are going to mean that much, especially if these guys keep staying out there running. I just think you'll eat them up, to be honest. I think the first one that pits is everybody's going to be on pit road. Here comes a pass for second. Eric Johnson underneath. Oh, here comes the 86 as well. Side by side right now, the 33 and the 51. Can DJ once again hold off the hard charging number 33, Eric Johnson? We go down into turn number 1 and 2. Up off turn 2, and oh, he's in the wall. 51's in the wall. DJ Anderson, damage on the right front. He's going to have to get a faster pair to pit stop. He may go ahead and no, he's going to have to at least go 2 more laps, I would guess, in order to pit to make it up the rest of the way. So he's going to have to try to stay out there and see if he's able to be competitive and try to run these guys back down. Meanwhile, battle for second of DJ Anderson or James Skelton and Eric Johnson. Eric trying to hold on to this spot. Meanwhile, up front, Max Terriot has pulled out. And Max, I don't think Max actually even got a win last season. So this would be absolutely huge for Max Terriot. He did not get a win last season. So he's got a chance right now to lock his way into next season. And he's got a lot of hungry guys behind him. Eric Johnson wants to win just as bad, as he did get a win last season. He actually picked up one win back at Talladega. So really you want to get another win on a different track besides a restrictor plate. One thing about this season, we only go to one restrictor plate track, and that is Daytona on January the 29th. We do not go to Talladega or any other big top track like them too. So well, Indianapolis, if you want to throw Indianapolis out there, but it's in a cup car, so I don't think there's a restrictor plate. But really, as far as pack drafting and stuff like that, it is December the 29th, but it is a chase race. So, I don't know. Eric Johnson really wants to get a win on a different place besides a restrictor plate. I think most of these guys really don't want to rely on Daytona to try to get their first win or make it to the next round of the chase. And here comes the 18. James Heater on pit road. And I figured DJ would actually been on pit road right now. We just seen the 78 Yankello come out of pit road as well. And that's about what I expected. I figured they would be on pit road as soon as it dropped. As we watch to see if Max Terriot will cut a pit road. Here he comes. Here comes the 42 down the pit road. These two guys are staying out extra. I like the idea of coming down now. I think you have to, being most of these James Heater, especially the 18, being he hit pit road, I think you have to come as well. Because we know the 18's been fast. And a lot of these other guys had pitted behind him. Joshua Buckley's been on pit road. Tim Blum, Kyle Souza, Andy Lee's hit pit road already. Here comes the 33. James Skelton takes the lead. And caution comes out. Eric Johnson was on pit road. I don't know who the caution was. I'm trying to find out. Oh, it looks like Brandon Minto went around. Did he have help from the 10 of Tim Blum? This is huge because everybody else is a lap down. Oh, there's your caution. You just got on apron too fast. We talked about pit road and what it's like. There you go. And we're backed up the track. That's what caused the caution. So a caution flag comes out. What a break for James Skelton. As he should. Him, DJ Anderson, Jason Wells, Kevin O'Brien, and Eric Johnson. And I'm going to be honest, this works out best for Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson will take the lead. I can promise you that. He will take the lead. He did not get caught on pit. He was on pit road getting the tires changed when the caution came out. Did not go a lap down. And will start up front with fresh tires. That is absolutely huge. What a heartbreak for Max Terriot. He's probably going to wind up starting in 6th place. And actually, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's going to start 6th place. Maybe. Yeah, he's going to start in 6th place. We're going to have a couple cars still a lap down. Wow. That's a big one. Oh, you can see James Skelton, DJ, Jason coming down, Kevin O'Brien coming down. What a pit stop by Kevin O'Brien, man. Way to put yourself in there and have a chance at this thing. At 94, looking to surprise a lot of people tonight. And I'm going to be honest. Say what you want, but he's there. He's got a chance at a solid finish. Possibly even a win. Woo. So just to let you know, we're going to have 15 cars on the lead lap. Looks like 15 cars will get the wave around. All in front of Eric Johnson. Just to show you. Max Terriot will be your lucky dog. Which don't really matter. He was going to get the wave around anyway. But he does got a chance to come down and take fresh tires if he chooses to. Which, honestly, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he's going to restart. Will he start in front of these guys or behind these guys that's going to get the waiver? I think he's going to start in front of them, I'm pretty sure. So we'll find out where Max actually starts. Right now he's showing in 5th place. But I believe Kevin O'Brien will go around him and Max may fall back to 6th. We'll find out here in just a moment. If I'm Max, I think I'm coming down pit road. It looks like he's going to. I mean, you have nothing to lose. You might as well take fresh tires. So Eric Johnson is going to retake the lead. And that, honestly, his call to pit there, that's the best call we've seen in a long time on any lead. That was perfect call. And he didn't know the caution was going to come out. It's all luck by any means. But what a call to come down then. And that's got to be a relief for him because he is almost a lap down. So, and I don't know if he's got the fastest car. We know he's fast. We know he's got a top 3 car. But he's going to be, will he have enough to finish it off and try to get this win? So Eric Johnson out front. I'm trying to set the stage just a little bit. James Skelton second. DJ Anderson, both former champions. Eric Johnson made a Final Four last year, but to be honest, he got into the chase by... Actually, he was already in the chase when he won. He won back at Talladega last season, which got him into the Final Four. So he's got a way to make his way into the chase tonight. And the first round of the chase, by the way, is Homestead. So it's kind of a flip-flop top schedule for this year. So we're going to see. And it does look like Max Terriot will be starting 6th up on that high side. So we got to keep an eye on him, too. He had this race won. Possibly won. He was out by 1.5 seconds when pit stop started. And then the yellow comes out because of Brandon Minto spins getting on the pit road. And it's not his fault. That pit road's just that tough. I'm really impressed with Kevin Bryan right now. Starting in 5th place, looking to drive the wheels off that 94 car. Has a chance to actually, I believe, what would be his career best finish. Pretty sure. So the pace car pulls in. The green flag is about to be displayed. We got 21 laps to go once we hit the line. The green flag is out. Let's see what happens. Will we have another caution? Will we stay green? Will Eric Johnson be able to hold off this 86? Because here he comes. Max Terriot looking to go up to the high line. As we are side by side for 4th place. Looks like Kevin O'Brien trying to pass Jason Wells on that inside. Max Terriot trying to pass Kevin O'Brien. Looks like Max will complete the pass on Kevin. Battle going to be for the lead. As the 51 gets into the wall, DJ Anderson. No caution. He's going to be okay. It ain't going to hurt him. Just rubbed a little bit. Here comes the 86. James Skeleton. Trying to pass Eric Johnson. Using the bottom line into 3 and 4. Which line will work the best? Mentioned earlier, I think the high line will come into play, but with fresh tires, I don't know. Off turn 4 at the line. James Skelton will lead this lap, but they're still side by side as we go back down into turn 1. Eric Johnson wants it pretty bad. Now he's got his hands full with the 51 as well. Everybody get to the bottom, trying to shuffle that 33 out. Ooh, almost contact between the 51 and 33. Jason Wells also in the picture. Here comes Eric Johnson. Looked back to the inside of the 86. Wasn't able to get there with the run he had. James Skelton holds on to the lead for now. We are single file all the way back through, it looks like 13th place. Kevin O'Brien has dropped from 5th back to 14th. We'll stay up front for now. At the line, last time by, James Skelton. A little bit faster, not even a quarter tenth faster that time by than Eric Johnson. A 30.692 last time by. Here comes Johnson now. Looking underneath. Will he be able to get the run out? Johnson once again trying to close the gap. Johnson was actually faster that time by. As we are coming to 15 to go. DJ Anderson trying to close up on the back. Off turn 4. Sorry, I don't know why I said 2. James start to extend just a little bit. Jason looking to the high side back for 3rd as well. Here comes the 51. DJ Anderson. That is season 1 champion. Looking to the inside of Eric Johnson. Johnson going to move up a lane trying to get to The 86 lane's trying to move up into his lane. We'll see if the 33 can find a different lane, or will the 86 move up to take away the clean air from that 33. That's what basically DJ is searching for, or I'm sorry, Eric is searching for, trying to find a different lane that works for him to be able to complete this pass. And DJ's doing the same thing to try to complete the pass on the 33. Last time by, Eric Johnson was the fastest in the field. Still running second. Trying to run down the 86. That time by, James Skelton was the fastest. So right now it's basically going back and forth. And a 79, Anthony Ankello in the wall. We'll see if this breaks out of caution. He was able to keep it going. Anthony actually started on the pole, but had to drop back. I don't know why he dropped back, honestly, but he did drop back. Maybe he wasn't comfortable running up front. That is actually the second crash he's been involved in. Off turn 2. James Skelton extended the gap just a little bit. Everybody that time was in the 31s. James Skelton running a 30. The gap now a little over 3.5 tenths. Make it 4 tenths. Once again, about even that time with the top 2 guys. You can see the distance between the top 5. Max Terriot really working on Jason Wells right now for 4th place as well. Behind them, James Heater. He's actually running in 6th. That is the 7 car. Leo Bourdage 1 lap down. Here comes the 42. Max Terriot underneath Jason Wells for 4th place. Remember, Max had a chance to win this, but a caution came out. When Max was out by 1.4 seconds and caught Max, he went 1 lap down when the caution came out, because he was on pit road prior to the caution. So it's kind of like he's giving one away. Jason Wells underneath the 51 for 3rd place. Max Terriot gets around Jason Wells for 4th. So move the 42 up 1 spot. However, back up front, gap slowly closing back in, not much. As that time about even, 165 for James Skelton and 167 for Eric Johnson. Johnson was a little bit faster in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 where he's been the fastest. Looks like he does not have what he had before. He is running about a lane lower than Eric or than James. Once again, the gap stretches. Looking back, you can see Eric Johnson behind James Skelton. That's your distance from the top 5. You can basically see the entire top 10 from that view. James Skelton trying to cap off yet another win. He was your season champion last year. This one didn't come easy, and it's still not done yet. He's going to have 5.5 more times around this track. Eric Johnson once again changing up his lane in 3 and 4. He went to the yellow line that time. That's why I feel like he was actually running before when he was making up ground. Doing everything he can to try to close in on this 86. I will say the fastest last time by, DJ Anderson. not far behind second. So Eric's going to have to try to hold off that 51 car as well. You got to feel like this race could have went either way, to be honest. We've seen Eric Johnson out front. The pit stops kind of cost him a little bit. Seen Max Terriot out front. The pit stops cost him. Really seems like this was actually a pit stop on top of race, where it was won and lost on pit road. It seems like the fresh air really helps that 86 car being out front. And we see the same thing with Max Terriot when he was out front. It seems like fresh air is that important. Will say Andy Lee has bounced back. He is actually battling for 9th place now on Kyle Souza. As the gap extends just a little bit, 3 laps to go for James Skelton as he crosses the start-finish line. The 86 looking to go, we'll call it back-to-back. Well, I don't want to say back-to-back. He actually did not win Homestead. The last time James Skelton won was way back on September 4th in this league. He's looking to do it again here in Kentucky. Last time he won was at Michigan, which kind of plays a favor to him, I think. We go to Michigan this year for the championship. We'll see if that helps him. I remember that race. He didn't dominate. He did pretty good in it, though. Battle's going to be for 3rd. DJ Anderson trying to hold off Max Terriot as they go down side by side. We're coming to the white flag this time for James Skelton and the rest of these guys. We're watching a battle for 3rd. White flag in the air. These guys are really starting to close in on at 33 as well. Max Terriot takes away 3rd. James Skelton works out of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to see the checker flag and win the Kentucky 90. Last year's champion is going to walk out of here and walk into the chase in the first race of the season. As the fireworks go off, your winner, last year's champion. See the fireworks going off in the background? James Skelton picks up yet another big win here in that number 86 car. 51 coming up and congratulating him. Little love tap on that car. That wasn't easy for James by any means. That was definitely a hard fought win. 23 laps left for that car. As he's going to park here at the bottom and do some donuts. We're going to pull in our leader and talk to him, our winner. Hey, James Skelton, you got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, well, you haven't been in victory lane in a while. You won the championship last season, but this is your first victory in this league since September the 4th. Back at Michigan, man. But honestly, this was a pit stop top race. It was one lost on pit road. Clean air really got you out front, and you was able to keep it. Talk us through your night.
Yeah, most definitely. I was a little disappointed in the qualifying. I qualified 8th. This is one of my more favorable 1.5 miles, and I thought I could, get the pole or be in the top 3. So 8th, I was a little disappointed, but as the race went on, I just kept, digging at it and working on my line a little bit. I really worked through on the exit of 2, and that really helped me on that last run. But, Heater had his incident getting on a pit road. I thought he was the car to beat at first, and then Max came out of nowhere, and he was dominant, and then I just caught the caution at the, the right time and was able to battle Eric on that last restart and got around him and clean sailing from there. So it was a good race.
Well, let me ask you, this was the first race of the season, and the chase don't get started until January 22nd, but you're already locked into the chase with this win, man. How much does that take off of you now? I mean, we got, another 7 races left in the regular season. So how much, what do you do now? Does that take a lot of pressure off?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because even though I won the championship last year, I always take incremental steps, and the first step is just being the points and being the run and to make the chase. But now, race number one, I'm already in, so now I can be a little bit more aggressive on some of my calls. Maybe on pit road or on the track a little bit, maybe, and try to get some more wins here.
We went to Michigan last year, and I don't want to say you dominated, but for the most part, you was out front almost the entire time. We head to Michigan this season in the Cup car. Now, we know iRacing is going to implement new physics and stuff like that for these cars before then, but you got to feel somewhat good. Of course, you got to get through all the other rounds, but if you could make the Final Four, you got to feel somewhat good on possibly going back-to-back going to Michigan.
Yeah, most definitely. A few years ago, Michigan was one of my least favorite tracks, but I've definitely, figured it out, and it's one of my better tracks. So that's when I saw, we put that in for, the final race of the season. I got pretty excited, and it gives me a, decent chance. But I got to make it to the Final Four. I mean, we have such good guys that, it's just gonna be tough just to make it to the Final Four.
Especially with round one being a homestead in Daytona, you just never know. But man, congratulations, that was a big win. I mean, already locked into the chase, man. Anybody you want to give shout outs to? And by the way, it's good to see you all again.
Yeah, no, thanks for the broadcast. First shout outs to you, man. I definitely watch the broadcast, every night after the race or the following day. I always take a look at it. I want to thank my teammates, DJ and Josh. We put a lot of practice in, and DJ really helped me, throughout the race, with the brake bias and kind of adjusting to get the car to loosen up a little bit through the turns. And any of my family and friends watching, thank you.
Good job, buddy. Go enjoy this victory. I'm sure it means a lot to win. So good job, and we'll talk to you here next week.
10-4, I'll see you. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to bring in third place. Eric Johnson down here, so we'll bring in third place. Max Terriot, who was able to get around on the last lap to take over third place. Max, you there?
Hey, Adam.
Man, you got to kind of feel like you let one slip through your fingers. I mean, I know you can't control the cautions, but do you feel like you kind of let one get away a little bit tonight?
Yeah, I didn't want to see that caution. I didn't have short run speed, but if that would have gone green from the last 30 laps, I think I would have been good.
I kind of mentioned at the first of the show, you're or in the middle of it, that you're one of possibly my four to get into the championship race. We know that you didn't have the year you wanted to last season, so you could have started Kentucky off right, and of course, unfortunately, the caution came out because honestly, I wanted to see it happen. But Darlington, we head to Darlington next week. Darlington's one of them tracks, man. It's tough, and how do you feel about heading there, especially the Cup car?
We haven't raced there often, but the few times we've been there, I've just kept the car off the wall. Basically, that was my goal, and it usually results in a good finish. So that's just what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we didn't get to race there last season at all. So let's talk a little bit more about tonight, man. You had the car to beat from what I've seen, especially on the longer runs. You really extended the gap. Of course, you didn't need the caution. We did see you on that last couple runs, though. You was changing up lines when you was running in fourth to try to get third. Was you just looking for more clean air? Because it seems like that's ultimately what got you around in fourth, third place, that you just changed up your line from where you was running.
I was actually just trying to maybe ride a little bit more on the right rear. I felt that I could maybe get a better run out of 2 and 4. And since it wasn't a long run, even if I used up the right rear more than usual, then it wouldn't have had that much impact on the long run, since I've started pushing with about 13, 12 laps to go. So I was just trying to gain as much time as I could there.
Still a third place finish is definitely a step in the right direction. Hopefully we'll be able to see you get that win next week at Darlington. Anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, well, the guys organizing this league, it's always fun to start a new season with the new guys. And also you for being back broadcasting this season. Is always fun to watch.
It's always fun to broadcast these races, man. You guys are probably the cleanest league I get to broadcast, so thank you all for doing that. That's awesome to watch. So good job, man. I know you wanted to win. Go out there and see if you can get it next week.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. That was third place, Max Terriot. You got to kind of feel for Max. I mean, he did let one kind of slip away, but, you can't dictate cautions, and that's kind of my review of the race. You can't dictate when a caution is going to come out. And all in all, the race was great. I mean, it's what we expected from this league. Only 2 cautions for 7 laps. It's 12 lead changes. I mean, that's what we come to expect from these guys. So, once again, so that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. We'll be live Wednesday. Hope everybody enjoys their Thanksgiving weekend, or week, I mean, this week. So, have a great one. We'll talk to y'all soon. God bless. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day